Ever get that feeling, you know? Like
Mm.
when someone's smiling, but you can practically hear the whispers hiding behind it.
Ooh,
That's
yeah.
the kind of vibe we're diving into today.
Okay.
The bad seed.
Oh, yeah.
Specifically, there's this scene
Right.
with Rhoda and Leroy, the handyman,
Right, right.
the one about the shoes.
Yes, yes, yes.
And it starts, it starts simple enough, but
Was it?
this is Hitchcock we're talking about here.
Exactly.
Nothing is ever just surface level. So we're gonna unpack how a kid, a handyman,
Right.
and some missing footwear
Yeah.
becomes like seriously messed up.
Yeah. Absolutely. What's so fascinating about this scene, I think, is the way that it used these like mundane objects, like a pair of shoes,
Right.
to symbolize something so much darker, so much more sinister.
Sure.
It's classic Hitchcockian suspense.
Yeah, and okay, so picture this, right? Leroy's like going on and on about these noisy shoes that Rhoda used to have, right? He's
Yeah.
even like doing this tap, 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 like trying to,
Oh, yeah, he's demonstrating.
he's trying to like jog her memory.
Yeah.
And then she just hits him with this line. She's just like, I never had any shoes like that. It's such a simple line.
Okay, night.
But it's like you can feel the tension
Yeah.
like ratcheting up.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And that's where I think some of the brilliance of the dialogue comes in.
Right.
We're immediately left wondering, like, is Rhoda lying?
Yeah, is she like?
Is Leroy just misremembering something?
Right, right.
And this detail about the shoes, it's like this microcosm
Yeah.
of this larger idea that the entire film is exploring
Right.
about hidden truths and the masks that people wear.
Yeah, and Leroy he doesn't let it go.
No, he doesn't.
He doubles down on it. He's like insistent. Like, no, I remember these shoes. And he even brings up the electric chair
Yeah, he does.
like multiple times.
Yeah.
Why do you think he fixates on that? Like, what's that about? It's creepy.
I mean, on one level, it's definitely a form of intimidation, right?
Right.
But I think it also reveals something crucial, I think, about Leroy's character.
Mm.
Remember, this is a man who has, seen some things.
Right.
He's
Seen some stuff.
he's seen some stuff, exactly. So it's almost as if he is like projecting his own anxieties
Right.
and his own suspicions onto Rhoda.
Right.
He senses that something is off about her,
Right. Like he can't put his finger on it.
but he can't quite put his finger on it. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. And here's where it gets, I think, even more interesting is that Rhoda, she doesn't even flinch.
No.
When he does this, like she doesn't even flinch. She actually corrects him on the details
She does.
of the electric chair.
Yeah, it's wild.
She's got this like eerie composure about her.
Right.
That's just like completely throws him off balance.
Yeah, and that's, I think that's precisely what makes her so unsettling, right?
Right.
To imagine having that kind of composure at such a young age, especially when you're faced with someone like Leroy. It's another brilliant example, I think, of Hitchcock's use of contrast to heighten the suspense.
Oh yeah.
We have Leroy, right? This rough around the edges kind of handyman who's practically falling apart at the seams, and then we have Rhoda,
Right.
this seemingly innocent little girl,
Right.
who is just completely, utterly unfazed by him.
Right. Right.
It's masterful.
Yeah. It's almost like she's playing with him a little bit.
Oh, totally.
Right. Like she knows something he doesn't. And then he goes on this whole thing about finding these burned shoes
Yes.
in the incinerator, and the detail that he uses, like the rattling and
Yeah.
the smoking and all this. It's so vivid.
It's so vivid, and it makes you question, is he actually telling the truth?
Right.
Or is he constructing this, like, elaborate narrative
Yeah.
to try and elicit some kind of reaction from her?
Right.
Because it's clear that he's trying to assert some kind of dominance, like regain control of the conversation.
Right.
Though.
Right. It's this weird power dynamic because it's like at first you think, all right, Leroy's this big, kind of imposing guy. He's got the power in the conversation.
Right.
But then her calmness is so unsettling
Right.
that it's almost like it completely flips.
It does. You can almost feel the power shifting in that moment.
Right.
He thinks he's, back in control. But her composure, her eerie stillness, it just completely disarms him.
It's that stillness. It's like, it's too much.
It's too much.
And then the way she ends the scene, she's just like, what you talking loud for? There's someone in the hall.
Oh my God. It's not even a question.
It's not a question, it's a command. She's reminding him, like, I'm aware of everything. I'm in control here. It's so subtle. It's so creepy.
Oh, totally, totally.
But what about the shoes themselves? Right. Like
Yes.
we're talking about all this. We're talking about Leroy. We're talking about her demeanor. But the shoes themselves,
Right.
were they just a prop in this whole thing? Or were they like actually meant to represent something more, do you think?
That is the beauty, I think, of symbolism,
Right.
right? Because it's open to interpretation.
Right.
So are the shoes a metaphor
Yeah.
for Rhoda's hidden darkness?
Right.
Or are they simply a catalyst
Right.
for Leroy's suspicions?
Yeah. I mean, what do you think they represent?
Yeah.
Right. Like, keep that in mind.
Keep that in mind.
That might unlock even more
It might unlock even more of the film.
of the film.
Yeah.
See, this is what I love about Hitchcock, right? It's like
Exactly.
you
Exactly.
can never really pin it down.
Mhm. You can't. You can't. And it stays with you.
It does. It stays with you. It gets under your skin.
Absolutely.
And you're thinking about these things
Yeah.
long after, long after.
Long after it's over,
Yeah, yeah.
And that's the mark, I think, of truly, truly great suspense
Yeah.
and truly, truly great filmmaking.
Agreed, agreed.
So yeah, the shoes,
The shoes, they're more than meets the eye, I think.
think about it.
Yeah. Well, on that note,
Right.
I think we've stirred up enough creepy vibes for one day.
For one day.
But for all of you listening, thanks for joining us on this deep dive
Yes, thank you.
into the bad seed. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.